okay, so today I have the Google Pixel Collection. Very nice, fancy name here. But inside of this box should be the new Google Pixel 7 Pro and also the Pixel Watch. Anything else, I'm not quite sure, but let's get inside of this and shout out to Team Pixel for sending this over. So as we open this up, we have this card here telling me like, hey, we got your Pixel Collection kit over to you. If you need any help, let us know. I don't need any help. And oh, look at this. So this is kind of cool. Let me rotate this box down. All right, so we have this mirror right here that says hashtag Team Pixel in here. Let me put my face in the frame. There I go. How's my hairline looking? Let me know down in the comments. But yeah, anyway, so this adds to the kind of like elegant nature of this box. But anyway, let's go ahead and get underneath this and see what we have. Voila, boom. Ooh, look at this. Looking nice, looking nice. And they actually still sent over the actual boxes for these products. So we got the box for the Pixel Watch there. And we also have the box for the Pixel 7 Pro. So they went with all white here, and I can see the reflection here in the glass there, so that's pretty nice. But anyway, they went all white here, which I'm not mad at. I am very interested in the Hazel edition of the Pixel 7 Pro. Let me get this thing out of here without breaking it. All right, so we got that out of here, and let me get the watch out too. And now let's take a look at the 7 Pro here first, and it's kind of like glued on. Not really glued on. I doubt they use glue, but what is this? A little bit of a sticky surface here. All right, we got that off of here. So the phone feels very similar to the Pixel 6 Pro as far as the weight. And where's my 6 Pro? Here it is. I have my 6 Pro here to the right-hand side, and we have the 7 Pro on the left here. And you can see the major difference is going to be the camera modules, where they're a little bit more defined here on the 7 Pro. You can actually see the cutouts way more than you can on the 6 Pro here. But generally, the feel of them feel very same as far as the glass back here and also the edges of the phone. I think the buttons are pretty much in the same locations. At the bottom, you have USB-C port down there, the speakers located as well, and then we have the SIM card trays here. Both are still in the same location, so you still have the ability to use physical SIM cards as well as eSIM with the 7 Pro. Now, up on the top, things seem to be a little bit different here. You had a matte finish here at the top of the 6 Pro, but on the 7 Pro, it looks like we have kind of the same type of mirror finish on the rest of the trim of the phone, but also it looks like, I think this area right here is for like the antennas for the 5G connection and all of that stuff. I'm assuming, so let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, let me get this thing powered on and I'll go through the setup process for this. So I'm gonna let that power on, but while we're doing that, let's take a look at the new Pixel Watch here. So they also sent over the Pixel Watch with the what finish is this? Like the silver finish. You can also get it in a black finish and also a kind of like a gold rose color finish as well. And they sent over the white band that also comes in different colors, and they have a few different other options for wristbands, and I have a couple of them on the way, so I'll be testing those out very soon. But let's go ahead and get this turned on for the first time. So we have the button over here. I'm assuming you press and hold down on this, and the watch should turn on. Boom, there we go. And just like with the phone, I'm not gonna bore you with the whole setup process. I'm gonna go ahead and do it real quick. And oh, I just quickly glanced over and we taking a look at something else new with the 7 Pro this year, and that is going to be face unlock. So along with the fingerprint scanner that lives underneath the screen, now you can use your face for an even easier way to unlock your phone. Oh, and my first case I'm going to be rocking with my 7 Pro is coming from Bellroy. They make some really nice leather cases. I'm going with the green here. I think this color really looks good. And let me open this up, take it out. It looks good, it feels good, just like their other cases. And let me get the phone inside of here. And probably doing this all wrong, but I'm rushing, and there we go. Here's the look of the phone inside of the case. Now, if you are wondering whether or not the Pixel 6 Pro cases will work with the 7 Pro, I'm going to take my Peak Design case here, which is a great case that works with their kind of mobile accessory system. And you can see it does fit the 7 Pro, but unfortunately, the volume buttons and also the power buttons are in a slightly different location this year. So you're not actually going to be able to use them properly. Like the power button doesn't work at all, and also the volume buttons don't work correctly, so just be aware of that. And okay, so my 7 Pro is set up here, still downloading some of my apps, but let's bring over the Pixel Watch to see what happens. Boom, there we go. It automatically pops up at the bottom. And then now I can go ahead and download the app first, and this will allow me to be able to set it up. So on the Apple Watch, with iPhones, you don't need to download an app or anything. Everything is built into the operating system. All right, it's telling me about the Fitbit app. So this is going to allow you to get some really good fitness, information and tracking there. And all right, so I have the watch pretty much set up here, but I do have an update available, but I'm not going to wait for that. that. But anyway, I'm gonna get this watch set up and updated, and I'll cover that in a future video. But just getting back to the Pixel 7 Pro, I'm gonna put up the general specs for this phone up on the screen. So this does have the second generation of the Tensor chip inside of this. And as far as storage options, you have 128, 256, and 512 gigabyte options to choose from. And then also each one of those versions will be coming with 12 gigabytes of RAM. And you do have a 6.7-inch AMOLED display here, still runs at 120 hertz. And again, you do have that fingerprint scanner that lives underneath the display. But the biggest thing is going to be that Tensor 2 chip inside of this, which is going to be powering all the unique kind of software features for stock Android. I mean, they have the ability now to where if you do want to transcribe a conversation between a couple of people, it can actually know who's talking, and in the written text, it'll be able to tell you when this person was talking and when this other person was talking. And oh, one of my favorite demos that they showed off was for the cameras and for people with vision disabilities, where they might not actually be able to see the screen on their phone. The phone itself can actually help them be able to take a really good looking selfie by making sure they're all lined up and giving them audible cues and then taking that photo for them. So those type of things are very cool, and I love to see that in stock Android. And there's a bunch of different features that I'll cover in my full review. And since we're already looking at the back of this phone, let's talk about the cameras on the back. So you still do have a triple camera setup with the main wide angle camera coming in at 50 megapixels, and also the telephoto camera coming in at 48 megapixels, and the ultra wide camera coming in at 12 megapixels. And what I'm gonna do right now is just go outside and take some photos before it gets too dark and just see what we're working with here with this Pixel 7 Pro. All right, so I had to come outside and start taking some photos and some videos, and I got my Starbucks here, so I'm ready to go. So anyway, I'm recording this video using the Pixel 7 Pro. I am recording this in 10-bit HDR as well as 4K 30 frames per second. And so tell me how the video looks, tell me how the audio sounds in the comments below. But yeah, I've been walking around here for a little bit. I came downtown St. Louis and I was taking some photos, and I'm trying to really just see, the capabilities of this camera, especially, in the different lighting conditions. And I think it holds up pretty well, especially coming from the Pixel 6 Pro. But of course, it's going to take more testing and more comparisons for me to give you my overall verdict. But, I can tell you already that I'm liking the photos coming out of this. And I think the videos are improved. We'll see how they stack up with something like the iPhone 14 Pro when it comes to videos. But I think the main thing I'm going to be doing with this camera is definitely taking photos, and especially with portrait mode photos, I think everything still looks really good and crisp. The Pixel photos have their own special look to them, as you already know. Oh, and then this phone does have an improved super res zoom this year. So this basically means that you'll be able to zoom in and get some really high quality photos, especially because it's taking advantage of that 50 megapixel main sensor that this phone does have. And it's able to actually crop into those extra megapixels to be able to get some really good quality at a distance. But we'll see how this stacks up to other flagship phones like the S22 Ultra and the iPhone 14 Pro. And let me know which one of those phones you want to see me do a camera comparison with first. And oh, let me test out this 1.4 times zoom here for the front facing camera, and boom, there we go. My big face is bigger now. So let me get out of this, man. My face is already too big. And all right, so I'm gonna wrap up this video. I just wanted to do a quick kind of camera test here with the Pixel 7 Pro. So I'm going to be using that and the new Pixel Watch. So stay tuned for more content coming very soon. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button if you like this video. And like always, I do wanna thank you for watching, and I will catch you later. Peace. That was kind of corny. Sorry.